And usually when the new year occurs, I guess culturally, we expect a change. And realistically, I think most of us that are adults, functioning adults, living like adults, thinking like adults, know that change is not guaranteed just because we go into a new period. Change is generated by the people that require change. And one thing that didn't change between last year and this year is the attitude of the Blackstone Town Council towards the very residents of Blackstone. I recently watched a video on YouTube, which was a special meeting called by the mayor concerning bill collections. Now, Blackstone is one of those municipalities, a small town municipality that owns the utilities in the town, electric and water. Now, the thing with the electric is Blackstone does not generate electricity. They buy electricity. All the electricity that goes on the line in the town of Blackstone, for the most part, comes from electricity that is purchased by the town of Blackstone and redistributed inside the municipal limits to the residents of Blackstone. So now the town gets to set the rates. The town is responsible for maintenance. The town is responsible for connections and disconnections, and the town is responsible for collections when people do not pay. Now, the income from electricity is a large part of the town's budget, just like water and sewer is, and whatever other town operated uh, programs that benefit the public that require financial compensation. Now, the thing with Blackstone, and just like everywhere else, and with privately operated and owned electric companies like Dominion Power, the economy and the cost, or what they say is the real cost of producing and providing electricity. Now, like I said, Blackstone doesn't produce electricity, so they are the middleman. They have to pay for the electricity, then they have to sell it to the residents of the town and sell it on a for-profit basis because they use the revenue from the power to fund the town. Makes them the middleman. And lately, middleman has become a nasty, nasty word economically in the United States. And also, you don't, Blackstone gets to set the rules for collection. Now, this meeting that was brought up, or that was called by the mayor, concerned a business, and I'm not going to mention the name because I don't really care whether they are behind or not. What I care about is the way that up until now, and even now, the collections process is not applied fairly or equally to all the residents and businesses of Blackstone. It goes back to the good old boy mentality of it's about who you know or who you love. Now, the thing with this meeting is they said that they need to rewrite or revamp the guidelines for collections, which is probably true because this one particular situation has been going on for, it seems like, an extended period of time, beyond the time where you could, make arrangements and if you didn't meet it, you get your shit cut off. But they also did not come to the conclusion that the way that they did it wasn't fair to everyone, or it wasn't applied equally to everyone. They didn't. They wouldn't admit that. But they said that we got to. So they came up with some suggestions, and on the surface, these suggestions seem like an improvement. But the one key factor was they did not say that once we do this, this is automatic. The collections department, because this is the way it is, when anybody falls into this category, regardless of who they are or what they represent or what business they are, they will be put into the system for collections or strong on for repayment, payment plan, whatever. And I really don't have anything against this because you got to pay to play. Now, the problem is there was no guarantee of equality. It was automatically assumed that whatever we put down will be applied to everyone equally. But somehow it seemed that the council would still retain the power to take collections actions. And I'm not really sure about this because the whole meeting was back and forth and whatever, but the way it wound up, there still was not a clear resolution. And I don't even want to talk about that because it's going to be continued to another meeting, even if it's only for this one case. They're not coming up with a clear plan. That's the bottom line. But there were some comments that were made about extended payments and payment plans and when to collect and when to cut off and all this. And one councilman actually said that when they were talking about, well, what do we come up with to, satisfy the citizens and make this fair to everybody and give everybody a chance to pay their bill? One councilman said, look, whatever we come up with, and I'm not directly quoting, I'm paraphrasing. I'm trying to get to the bottom line. Said, well, whatever we come up with, if they don't like it, they can leave. Well, this is the attitude that the council has on every issue that comes before the council. If you don't like what we say, pack your shit and go. Now, we got to realize that this is the town council. Yes, you are the governing body. You are the administrating body. But you are not anybody's mommy and daddy. You cannot consider everything to be my way or the highway because your ass would not be there unless somebody in that town or enough people in that town voted to put you in that office. That means you have a responsibility to answering the needs of the people, whether it's trying to find a cheaper way to provide electricity or trying to provide a fair system so that the people that buy your electricity can get treated fairly when they fall into financial hardship. If you don't like what we say goes, it rings with the same shit that used to come out of the White House and the MAGA party. Go back the way you came from. It's all part of the good old boy mentality. If you don't like what we do, and it's not because you don't, it's not because you don't have or you shouldn't have a say. It's because we are who we are, and we get to tell you what to do, not you tell us what to do. And somewhere along the line, the connection has been lost that you are elected officials, which makes you responsible to listening to the requests and the needs of the people that elected you. Now, everybody knows that you can't make everybody happy all the time. But when things get out of hand and more people from all different backgrounds and all different portions of the town start complaining about the same thing, that should make it a common issue for concern of the entire town council. And if you don't like it, you can leave is not a solution to any damn thing. I won't use the councilman's name. If you just watch the video on YouTube, Blackstone Town Council meeting, the date is right there. It's in January. It was the last one that was posted. You can go on. In fact, you can go on my page, Uncle Ricky's House on Facebook, and there is a copy of that very same video on my page. Now, Why does this occur? Like I said, it all boils out of the good old boy mentality. People like to appear to be like we're independent, we're rough, we're ready, we're rugged, we take on challenges. But deep down inside, they want somebody else to take on the challenges. Not fight their battles, just take on the challenges and make the decisions. So if shit goes right, motherfuckers can say, hey, I supported them. So yeah, we good. Or if things go wrong, hey, look, I don't know, man. They crazy. They messed up. Government sucks. That's what America has boiled down to. Democracy demands that the people stay involved in the political system because the political system determines who gets to govern a locality, a state, or the nation. But part of that agreement is that participation goes both ways. If we put your ass in a seat, then your ass is responsible for listening to us. Because when you ignore the people that put you there, when you ignore the people in the town that you represent, it becomes, in my mind, a fraud. Because you ran for that position, you campaigned for that position, and you convinced enough people that you would be a representative of the people when you had only one concern: representing not the will of the people, but the things that are best for you and the good old boy society. Well, that's what has infected and affected the Blackstone Town Council, and it's causing the town to live under a dark cloud of basically operational chaos. Blackstone Town Council, you got to get your shit together. From the mayor on down, you have to realize that there are procedures, there are protocols that you have to follow just as much as the residents that you govern have to follow. It goes both ways. It's not you. Yes, you are there to deal with the problems. You are there to administrate the funds. You are there to determine the financial woes and the financial means of being a success. But your priority is to represent the people. If the people don't know, you should inform them. If the people say this is what we want, you got to answer to the people. The people that put you there because they thought that you would represent the needs and desires of the electorate, not the needs and the desires of getting green, not the needs and the desires of other people on the council, the needs and desires of the people of Blackstone. There is no king or queen of Blackstone. There are elected officials and hired administrators. That whole town runs off of the residents' money. That whole town runs off of taxes collected, utility bills, power and water. Therefore, the people that pay those bills should always have a say in, maybe if they can't control the rates, because a lot of the time the town can't control the rates. It's by being a middleman, you gotta negotiate the best deal you can get with the power company that provides and generates the electricity. And then you have to do what you do afterwards to meet the needs of the town. And unfortunately, the way things are now, when things come out of the electric company at such a high rate, even in bulk sales, it's going to cause the bills to go up when that electricity is resold by a municipal government. The customers have no direct link to the suppliers. And the way the town council is acting, they don't want the customers to have a direct input into the billing, the collection. It's all about what the council says. And in the words of a Blackstone town council, an elected official of the citizens of Blackstone, if you don't like it, you can leave. Well, Blackstone, that's it. You can think about it, meditate on it, get back to me. But I just wish you peace and God bless. And hopefully, y'all can rope your town council in before they make everybody not like it and leave. See you.